Just about 10 to 7 on a beautiful Sunday morning, area-wide. We're comfortably cool. We have a mainly clear sky overhead, and in some cases it might just be a little bit hazy, but that's about all. 65 degrees in Manitou Springs, southeast wind very light at 5 miles an hour at the moment. You see all that blue sky, whereas yesterday, of course, we were pretty cloudy. Pueblo West, decent visibility looking back towards Pikes Peak. Had a good look at a thunderstorm that was rolling to the north and west of town yesterday. Didn't produce any severe weather, but rained on a few spots. And I think we'll have more of those around later on today. I got 68. That's not a bad start to the day. It's pretty nice. The real thick monsoon flow, is this brighter white here, is just off to our south and west. It's starting to sneak into southwestern Colorado right now. And we have enough overhead to fire off some isolated storms, but the moisture over the area isn't terribly thick just yet. So SkyCast shows storms firing up over near the mountains and remaining relatively confined to these areas through 4 o'clock. It is going to be a little bit warmer today, particularly because we're already off to a sunny start, and so we'll warm more quickly and end up probably in the 90s in most of eastern Colorado this afternoon. Higher terrain along the interstate in the 80s, mainly 70s and 80s over the mountains and mountain valleys, with some cooling, at least for areas near the mountains, as the storms fire up this afternoon. They'll try to drift east, but generally fall apart. We don't have a lot of low-level moisture in place across the plains, so we're not too worried about these storms getting too far east, nor are they going to become terribly strong. But you do see some pockets of yellow here, and that's an indication that the strongest cells will still be capable of frequent lightning, some gusty wind, and probably some bursts of heavy rain for at least a short time. I think that'll be the main threat from the storms today, so glad to not have to warn you about hail problems. Overnight tonight, the storms will end, will remain partly cloudy as the monsoon flow gets a little bit thicker, and that'll keep storms going again tomorrow into Tuesday with a gradual increase in the number of storms expected and probably the chances that they'll produce some heavier rain. And then as we head towards the latter part of the week, a little front comes in, should cool us off. That'll keep our thunderstorm chances high, may also give us some low-level moisture to work with. So storms not only look capable of producing heavy rain later on this week, but maybe some severe weather. So that's something we'll track closely over the next several days. Lows in the 60s for the next few nights, could cool into the 50s by later on this week. Pueblo, look for 95-ish or so tomorrow. We'll keep you in the 90s through about Wednesday, then probably cool into the 80s by Thursday and Friday. Storms the next couple of afternoons look very spotty at about a 10% coverage, but we do think maybe by later on this week we'll ramp up the number of storms that you're likely to have in the area. Canyon City looking for 90s through Wednesday as well, then cooling into the 80s beyond. Overnight lows in the 60s. Storm coverages the next few days in the 20 to 30% range. Should beef that up to about 40 to 50% towards the latter half of this period. Mountain areas, the monsoon flow is in place, so sure, each and every day we'll have some storms. Again, it looks like the moisture associated with the monsoon will start to thicken up a little bit here early next week, and so storms may become better rainmakers Monday and Tuesday. But then certainly as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and we start to bring that low-level moisture in and monsoon flow gets real thick, and then we'll have that chance for some heavy rain, maybe some flash flooding, and we'll see about severe weather too.
Yeah, stand by. All right, Marty, thanks so much.
You're welcome.